Hi everyone, welcome to Plant Fact Friday. My name is Paige Schaefer and I'm an education coordinator here at the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden. Joining me today is Jessica Hebert, another education coordinator. We are jumping into the world of bromeliads. Bromeliads belong to the Bromeliaceae family, and there are a lot of them here at the garden. They have a lot of cool features, such as a unique bloom, an entire ecosystem that lives within their leaves, as well as they have the ability to live not on soil. Jessica, can you tell us a little bit more about these plants?
Yeah, so in this family, there are just about 3,600 plants. Some very unique ones, including our Tillandsia, or our air plants, as well as the only edible plant in our family, which is the pineapple. Now, these plants have some really unique characteristics, as Paige was saying. The first one is the leaves. So as you can see here, they have a very waxy leaf, but also the leaf shape, which allows for the water to run down into the middle of the plant, which is called the tank. Now, Paige, what's really special about this tank?
Yes, this tank is home to a lot of different critters and organisms. Around 500 different organisms can be found in a tank of a bromeliad. These tanks can get up to 2.5 liters large, which is really big. But as you explore the garden, you'll notice that there are small pools of water. Also, another unique feature about the leaves of the bromeliad is they are the organism or the organ that takes in the nutrients of the plant for the plant. As you can see here, they have special pores to pull from the air and collect nutrients. Bromeliads, while living in the tropical rainforest, typically grow and live in poor soil. So you might find them hanging onto trees, living in really shallow places, but more than enough, they have this special adaptation where they don't really use their roots as roots. Instead, their roots act as an anchor. Jessica, let's explore and see what we can find in the tank of our bromeliads today.
Yeah, so what we're looking for in our tank are macroinvertebrates. So these are living organisms that we cannot see to the naked eye. So I'm going to take my pipette and we're going to go ahead and grab a sample of water here from our bromeliad tank, and we're going to use this really cool microscope. We're going to put the water onto our dish, and then we're going to go ahead and see what we can find in our sample here from the tank. Paige, can you explain what we're seeing here?
Yeah, Jessica, I have it pulled up larger on our screen here, but as you can see, there's a lot going on. And as Jessica said, these are macroinvertebrates. There are probably over 500 organisms in this, but at least we can identify 2 to 3 different species. We have right here these small things that are bebopping around. Those are water fleas. As you can see, these larger ones, those will actually turn into an insect later in life. So these tanks of water that these bromeliads provide are so important to the organisms, because they wouldn't be able to live anywhere else. They need that water in order to develop and grow. As I was looking over here, Jessica, I saw this weird, funky orange thing. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so one of the unique characteristics that bromeliads have are these really showy flowers. Now, bromeliads live for about 2 to 5 years. As they get mature, they will then bloom into these really showy flowers. They range from orange to yellow to pink. Once the flowers bloom, they live for about a couple of weeks with the bloom, and then the mother plant will go ahead and start to die. Now, if you notice underneath here, as the plant blooms, these are the baby plants or the pups of the bromeliads. So no worries, you can propagate these and continue to have the bromeliad plant.
Yeah, Jessica, thanks so much for explaining that. Where can we find these bromeliads? Might be a question you're asking. And you can find them native in any tropical rainforest system. So in our conservatory is the best place to view bromeliads, but as I said before, because the leaves are special and are able to pull nutrients from those special pores, they don't technically have to live in soil. So they could be what's called an epiphyte. An epiphyte is a plant that it can grow on another plant. There are only two species within the Bromeliaceae family that have to grow in soil, and that is the earth star, which is right here. This is a really popular house plant. It has pink hues to it, but it has to grow in soil. The other one obviously being the pineapple, which is my personal favorite fruit. But all in all, you can find bromeliads throughout the conservatory as well as the Gardener's Show House here at the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden. Jessica, I think we have some other really cool things coming up here at the garden. Am I right?
Yeah, we are just opened up our summer camp registration. So this is for 1st through 5th grade kiddos that want to learn a little bit more about plants, but also maybe do some art and other activities. These topics range from water to wilderness rangers to garden artists, and my personal favorite, magic in the garden.
And for all you adults out there who wish you were young enough to come to summer camp, we have what's called Learn on Saturdays. Learn on Saturdays is a lecture style program that's happening every Saturday from January through March. And our overarching theme this year is wild landscapes. So from learning about prairie restoration to good perennials for attracting bees and butterflies, to mushrooms, to foraging, and everything in between. Join us on Saturdays at 10:30 and 11:30. You can buy a season pass. You can mix and choose which lectures you want to attend to, but just know that's still an option for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this Plant Fact Friday, and we'll see you at the garden soon.